Hi, REA members. As I await the tornado that is approaching, it feels an auspicious time to give you a video update. Some of this will be in the email, but a lot of it won't. So apologizing in advance for talking fast. Hard to overstate the way that many of us feel about the attacks that are coming down upon us from the federal government. Our humanity is being questioned, regardless of our status. In any demographic category, the attacks on humans are frankly evil. If you believe the definition of evil is to intentionally cause pain and suffering, a lot of the attacks are under the guise of something else. But depending on how you analyze these things, it's hard to not look at it and be really, really scared. I can say that we are also scared right now of the effects that cuts are going to be having on our school district next year. I had a private meeting just a little bit ago with our HR director, and I was told in secret what the announcements are tomorrow, what positions to REA's members are coming. I want to assure you that I have the utmost faith in our district leadership in doing their absolute best in making impossible decisions. None of it is okay. None of it is acceptable. And I think that leads me to ask you to please take the surveys that are in your inbox. Apologizing, we have 2 surveys right now. Our annual climate survey, which only gets taken seriously if we have a high turnout. Please take that survey. But the other, more timely one, time-sensitive one, is the one about what are you willing to do. In regards to revenue in the legislature, we know there are 2 budget proposals, the House and the Senate. The Senate is much better. It protects funding for K-12. It's not perfect, and it will not actually stop cuts from happening next year. Took us a while to get into this deep hole, and it's going to take some time to get out. That said, I have done a lot of lobbying. I work with all kinds of organizations, parents' organizations, administrators, organized labor, just advocacy groups. Everybody knows that the legislature is not going to do the right thing without pressure. Unfortunately, our state WA association hasn't been in a position to organize statewide, massive walkouts, the kinds of things that we know it took to win the McCleary decision. So that brings me to what's coming up soon for some of us. We are going to be at the WEA Rep Assembly, and I'm just outing myself. I am writing a motion that expects WEA to take bold action this fall if the federal government does cut off our title or our special education funding. Congress can do it. We know that that the executive wants to do it. So I am going to be taking some radical motions forward. Happy to share those with you all as I submit them. I'm doing it as an individual, not as your president, but hopefully we'll get some support from others. So when I'm lobbying in Olympia, I do talk with legislators that are friendly. They believe in progressive revenue. They do not think it is okay that we have billionaires in this state that pay 3% of their income to taxes, while the rest of us pay 18 to 20% of our income to taxes. The scale of inequality is hard to wrap our heads around, but there's one metaphor that I love to share with people, just for you to understand that our brains really can't understand yet what is $1 billion. So if you were to take the average wealth of an American right now, and it was like a 1-inch measurement, how many inches do you think would need to be stacked up to reach Elon Musk's wealth? The question is impossible to answer if you have never climbed Mount Everest. Mount Everest being 29,000 feet. Elon Musk's wealth is actually not 1 Mount Everest. It's not 2. It's not 3. It's 7. So when somebody like that is talking about government efficiency, we in Washington State, with so many billionaires, so many millionaires and centillionaires, we have to ask ourselves, at what point do we take radical action to say enough? As the rich get richer off of the surplus labor of the working class, our cuts to our schools cannot just be taken and taken and taken without something breaking. I don't know about you, but my heart is broken and we need to take bold action. all that to say, please take that survey so that our joint unions can make a decision about what level of action we want to take. There is definitely some hope right now in the world, even though there does not appear to be a coordinated strategy to push back on the attacks from what some people call the oligarchy at the federal level. But organized labor is the place where it's happening. Our MLK Labor Council delegates have been super courageous and emboldened, and educators, as the K-12 sector chair on MLK Labor Council, I've led 2 important resolutions to be passed unanimously by MLK Labor, both to support public workers, federal workers, and to support whatever actions we decide to take as a local. We have organized labor at our back. All of these things to say, I hope you're taking care of yourself, because self-care is not just a bubble bath and eat chocolates and drink wine. Self-care is a radical act of resistance. If you feel like you are slipping, or if you feel like you are breaking in any small way, reach out for help. Sometimes we find that helping other people is what it takes for us to feel okay. So please offer help in those moments when you have it. And just remember that you are not alone, and that we need you in this union to be stepping up into committee work and participating in surveys, going to your building meetings, and enforcing your contract. At the end of the day, we are all the union, and leaders are here to support, but our power is only as big as you are willing to make it. So please take those surveys, ask questions, join committees, support your building reps, and show up. We've got a number of direct actions through organized labor right now. Tomorrow, for example, down in Tacoma, if you live in Tacoma, stop by the event that I'm going to be sharing in your email. It is time to stand up for human beings, and we got this if we work together. Don't lose hope.